Scorpio, welcome to my channel. I'm Raven. For those of you who are new, I am now happy to say that I have some fantastic news for you. And that is that my theory that there is only 1% people in this world that you can fully trust. The rest are still living in the false self, worrying about things that's going on in the outer world. Now, there is nothing to blame when you feel physical pain, or you have reason to fear for your children's life, or when you see animals, children, or in general, someone who suffers. You will also suffer on their behalf. Now, smart people, they attract a lot of wealth. Just because you are poor, just because you have little money on your bank account, doesn't make you necessarily dumb. Because on the third initiation, you are supposed to lose everything. So what does it mean to be a Scorpion? Well, it's been a while since I explained it. So for those of you who are new, cross-watchers, you could have a good placement in Scorpio. So what I'm going to read now might resonate. So first layer of the star sign of Scorpio is the Scorpio itself. It is hiding in its cage and it likes the darkness and small rooms. And it always has its tail up ready to pinch someone so it can feed or protect its own life and its children. The second layer of Scorpio is the snake. And that layer is when the Scorpion understands that I don't have to stay in this cage. I'm awesome. I rule. I'm powerful. I'm magnetic. I'm charming. And lots of other skills that I would love to tell you, but it would sound like we are bragging, wouldn't it? So the snake has a hypnotizing gaze and a poisonous mouth. So a lot of Scorpions who are in the snake stage, they are charming, they're kind, and if you befriend them, they are loyal until the end. But never, never make a snake as your enemy. And very often, Scorpions and snakes misunderstand your intentions. So they will pinch you anyway, or make up stories. Because they are still living in the samsara, they do not see or pick up the entirety of who you are and your intentions. The third layer of the Scorpion is the eagle holding the snake in its claws. And these people, they don't worry a lot about things that goes on in the outer world, but they have reached a stage where their heart chakra is about to be fully open. However, now and then they have to close it off, because if they open it fully, they will burn, because the burning stage is the phoenix stage. And many eagles are not prepared for the phoenix stage or for burn fully. Some people or some eagles are staying in the eagle stage for a long time, and they are mainly only tapping the sensation of losing all your friends friends, family members, your stuff, like your computer, like expensive sets of tarot cards, or your house, your property. Someone might even take your children away, like your ex. You will lose absolutely everything that you have been attached to for a long time. And when the day comes and this does not worry you anymore, doesn't get to you the same way anymore, and you see everyone as you see yourself in everything around you, you don't want to harm anyone or anything, then you have reached the level of the phoenix, that moment when you are capable of staying in the samadhi, which I am not now because I'm talking, right? So talking about samadhi and staying in samadhi is not possible. The high priestess, as depicted in the tarot card, she is in samadhi. She's not talking. She is in a meditation, in a trance, and in order to stay there, she has to be still, completely still, and only focus on her breathing. And that stage is samadhi. She is the phoenix. I have been traveling a lot now, especially in India. Unfortunately, I can say as much as where I live now, I live a comfortable life with kind people who are even making my breakfast. So there is nothing to complain about. What is disappointing to me though, however, is to see that in all my journeys, there is barely 1% of the people I meet that I can keep even as friends. And some of them, I still talk to them. I'm being nice and sweet and sugary to some people who themselves think they are very nice, but they don't understand that they are the very vermin, the mice and rat that you find in the Lenormand cards. Some of them are even snakes. And this kind of snake, which the Lenormand card represents, are the one you don't want to have in your life. This is not the type of Kundalini snake. This is the snake that have an agenda. Being a Norwegian white woman traveling alone in the world, it doesn't come light. You will always be attacked. People will try to attack you. They will ambush you, or you will befriend people who maybe doesn't even know themselves they have an agenda. And many of them, they feel that you are responsible because they are poor, that because you have so much and they have so little, that you are responsible for making their lives better. They would even give you small presents, do you small favors, but they will expect something in return. And slowly they will start not to just feed on your light, but they will feed on your stuff, on your things, on your money. Little by little, you will see that these people, this person, my lover, my friend, whoever they are, no matter the religion, they come from all religions, all races, they have all kinds of backgrounds. one thing in common: even the people who are wealthy will take advantage of you. Why? Because you're white, because you're Norwegian. They want to promote their business. They want to make their life easier for themselves by telling everyone they have connections to Norway. I even got a marriage proposal. Why? So they can come into Norway. And they are honest about it, at least, that they will pay me this and this much if I say yes to that proposal. By the way, the answer is no. I'm good. So, if you are still in the stage of a Scorpio where you want to take revenge over all the people who are nasty in this world, well, trust me when I say you're going to be fully occupied. Trust me when I say that there is something called karma, and sometimes it's displayed as a god or a goddess. You don't have to believe, but the universe will balance things out. Now, although many of you cross-watchers, you know that I might have a stronger resource base than you have. I have better access to certain things than you have. It does not make me responsible to feed you with stuff, your clothes, whatever you smoke, whatever you drink. If you have a roof over your head, you have parents to take care of you, you can drive a car, you have a bike, you might even have your own bling shop. I am not responsible to make your life into a luxury department. Because if you look around, I possess actually very little. My property was taken from me, and I had to pay someone else's debt for about 6 years. Basically being scammed by my own partner for 15 years. And the same person walks away with my giant soul. We had a car, we had a big TV, we had everything we could afford, vacation. We had the life everyone wants, the life you dream about. I had many small jobs to keep myself alive, and I worked very hard for those jobs. It is, let's say, tough having many jobs in order to survive in a country where the prices are rather large. So all this went away. Why? Because it's called a third initiation, and sometimes you do not invite the third initiation, but you have reached somehow the 9th level of consciousness. You might be not necessarily sitting in it right now, but you have managed them somehow on a spirit plane, the astral plane, on the way you live. And they don't take into the consideration if you have a moment in darkness, the dark night of the soul. You have managed to reach a certain level of consciousness. You are therefore prepared to lose everything. If you think that more money, a great house, getting a wife or a husband who are kind and lovely to you, getting this many children, or just getting that large TV, or all these things is going to make your life happy, or getting a friend who is Norwegian who can fix all the problems for you, and you are very wrong and you're fucked up. So for those of you who are minimum in an ego stage out there, note that it is possible to be frustrated, angry. We are still connected to the false self, which is what you see as your identity, your identification, your name, your title in work, the things you think you can do, the things you're very good at. I'm a dancer, I'm a martial art practitioner, I'm an artist, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Mali, I'm Raven, I'm Norwegian, I'm a woman, I'm this and this old. All those things are false. That is not who you are. So break free from that. Stay still, connect to the observer, and you can start practice. Now, there are 3 movies you can start watching again and again and again and again, and slowly it might sink in the concept of how this actually works. Now, as long as there are any desires and any attachments to this world, or frustrations, or the need to take revenge or fire back at someone or something, you will fall back into this stage known as samsara, the Maya, the illusion, the matrix, meaning mother. Now, the read I'm going to do today is based on a small disappointment. Not a huge reaction because we are not very surprised. On the fact that wherever I travel in the world, there are very, very few people who won't feed on your resources or your light. Very, very few. I'm starting to think they are barely non-existent, and the few who are, they usually are avatars. Unfortunately, we lost one of them 4 years ago. She also had human qualities, like myself. She could be annoyed. She could say things that was insulting. She could be a little arrogant. She was a Leo. But she was also something different. She could see beyond the illusion. And she came here to teach humanity many things before she left this world in peace. Very young. 5 years older than I am now. May she rest in peace in her home, also known as the Pleiadians. So yeah, today we are going to fall back on a Scorpio read. I do a lot of Scorpio read on this channel because reaching the stage from purely being instincts, survival, and reaching the stage as a phoenix is a rough path. And there are demonic entities you consider as friends, family, anyone. The only one you can rely on are usually having 4 legs and a tail. Animals, they are pure. They can be naughty, but they are like children. I meet people who think they are exceptionally spiritual and they know it all, and yet they worry. They worry and worry and worry all the time about what's going to happen tomorrow. They worry about people, money. Everything you lose will come back to you if you can let that part go. And you'll have to keep loving them. That could be the hard part. You'll have to forgive them, and you'll have to forgive yourself for being a little bit annoyed by it. But that is part of the illusion, is to meet soulmates who will betray you. And they will deny it, they will insult you, they will do things and deny it and project it over to you and make you into the villain. When you leave, you say, this is enough, goodbye. Because you need to take care of the light you carry. You need to make sure that it keeps burning. No one can feed on the light because they have their own. They just don't see it. Catch you on the next one. I'm Raven. Thank you.